Tony here from Big Ears Audio, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Love What You Do, Do What You Love. I'm here with Louise.
Coco Louise.
Coco Louise.
Coco,
and from Medina.
Medinat, Coco Louise. Which
And
is
tell
a
everybody
business.
what that name
Okay.
Medinat says.
Medinat means city, but it's in Arabic. So my
Beautiful.
background is Lebanese, and I felt like I needed to keep that.
Okay, so what she does, she runs a
Styling suite. So I'm
Tell us what you do. 'Cause I'm very excited because she's one of the most stylish people I've met.
Oh,
and
you're so
and the reason we've got her here is like we've got everyone else. She's got a beautiful, amazing story, and I reckon that I really want people to know about because she's one of these true people that actually do what they love doing, and her journey's pretty good.
Yeah.
What the little bit that she's told me, so that's why. So you're a stylist.
So yes.
You're a personal shopper.
So I'm an international stylist, a personal shopper, and a fashion trendsetter. So I love to, apart from the fact that I not transform people's style, more like bring it out of them.
Okay.
So everybody has an individual personality.
Yeah.
We neglect that sometimes, and we're all looking like left, right, and center, trying to be people we're not. And I believe that you need to tap into that and just bring it out. And I want to be there to show you how and bring style to your life, So I go to people's houses. I do a full wardrobe makeover.
So you have private clientele?
Yeah,
that sort of
private
thing.
clients. So it's all very, it's exclusive. It's very private. So
Yeah.
it's one-on-one. It's not like out on the street.
So basically, you take an individual, and you obviously there's obviously a lot more than just buying clothes, and that you obviously tap, like you said, tap into their personality,
Yes.
their lifestyle,
Yes.
what they do.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds very glamorous, sounds beautiful, and it sounds like a lot of work. But I want to go back to the beginning now. I want to know how a young girl from Lebanon is in Melbourne, doing what she does. So where did it all start?
Okay. Well, I was born in Sydney, but I lived in Beirut for 10 years, so my background's Lebanese.
Yes, yeah.
So we have family there. My mom still lives there. And I studied, I did high school over there, and I always knew I really wanted to be in the fashion industry. I wanted to design. It was my dream, my ultimate dream. And I felt, okay, I had the chance to do it in Lebanon, but not so much. It didn't have that competition. It was all about.
Did you have that desire to do it, but you felt that you didn't have the avenues to pursue that desire, or you were sort of still finding your way?
I knew what I wanted, and I was going to do it. But in Lebanon, the school back then, it's like you have money, anyone can come into fashion school.
Okay.
I didn't want that.
Sure.
I was like, I'm going to do it the hard way. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because now we
what
know.
have I done to myself?
Okay.
So I decided to move back to Australia, to
Yeah.
Sydney, study fashion design. I did it for 1 year, and I thought, I realized I have to work. I couldn't just keep doing that and not work. So I stopped, and I just
stopped what, studying?
Studying.
Why? Because of the financial.
Yeah,
Because you needed,
I needed to work.
So you couldn't balance the two, or just found.
I couldn't balance the two. Every time I was studying, I was overnighting. You don't sleep, especially when you really have I was constantly creative at night. So I'm sitting there drawing, designing. It was just so incredible. I loved it. But I never wanted any money from my family, so I never asked them for money.
But so you were designing clothes for your family and so on. And inadvertently, you're actually honing your craft in that capacity. Is that what you were doing, like at nights and as well as working?
Yeah. So I was staying up late designing.
Yeah.
Just putting like projects and designing clothes and drawing and sketching. And then waking up the next day, but going to
a day gig.
I was studying, so I'd
studying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'd probably go at 7:00 in the morning to study, so I wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then I had to start working, so I stopped studying so I can work full time.
Yeah. And what did you do? Did you do something in fashion?
Yeah, it was always in fashion. I was in retail, and then I ended up managing in retail, so I managed up to 12 staff at one point. But I always did some styling on the side. I was styling. It was just free. I wasn't really getting paid for anything. I was
But you were honing your
interning.
craft. Yeah, that's what you do. You're sort of building your stripes to get learning. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
absolutely. I interned for a whole year as well at one place while I was working.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the things you do.
The things you do for free when you're at the beginning, isn't that right?
It's crazy. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And then it came to a day where I was like being asked to actually style someone and come to their home. And I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And I did it and I fell in love with it. I got offered a job with InStyle magazine when I was working, and I didn't take it.
So you got offered a job with one of the most glamorous fashion
as an
magazines,
assistant.
InStyle. Yeah.
And
But that's not what you wanted.
You know what? Yeah, I really did want it, but
You did?
Yeah, I think back then I listened to. I think I was really insecure. I can't blame anyone but myself. I was insecure.
But you wanted, so you did some personal styling at that point.
Yeah.
You were offered a job at InStyle, but you turned the job down.
Yes.
To pursue personal styling, or you just
no? I just turned it down.
You just turned it down.
I thought the money wasn't great.
Darling.
But I think deep down inside it was like I was afraid. I felt probably I was really like, what, me? No way. Like,
yeah.
You know, and now I'm like, oh, you idiot.
But you know that wasn't. But that wasn't your journey. So
it wasn't my journey.
So you obviously had no. At that point in time, you had no regrets. You thought, okay, I'm moving on. And after that,
I always regretted it. Yeah, I always regretted it. Now I've actually come to that realization and acceptance.
Wait, I want to stop you there. So you said no. Obviously, there was a reason, but why then the regret? Like, if you're ready, what stopped you? Was it the fact that you said you were insecure? Did you not feel worthy?
I think I didn't feel worthy, and I allowed my ex-boyfriend back then. It was like years ago. Now I'm married. He was really like, no, the money's not good, and I didn't fight for it. I think I sort of.
That's the thing.
I allowed it.
See, that's the difference between people that do what they want to do and people that think. See, if you, I say to a lot of people, especially when you get into our business, if you're doing it for the money, do something else. Go do something else. But if you love what you do, the money will come, and also the payoff is so much greater when you're doing something you love and you own and that. So, but.
So
again, that comes from maturity.
Yes,
but there's just certain different people that can do that, and certain people that can't. So,
it comes from maturity. But if you can tell someone today that's going through this, listen to what you love and do it.
That's exactly. I say to people all the time, mate, if you want to just become a lawyer, become an accountant, get yourself a job in the corporate sector, because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And that's bottom line. So you went from that, and then.
And then I ended up actually starting a distribution business.
Yeah.
So I opened,
fashion?
Fashion. I was distributing Australian brands to the Middle East. I felt like I needed to be closer to home.
So you saw a market.
Yes, I did.
So this is the entrepreneur side of you coming out. Oh, awesome. I love it.
And I think my parents always were like, Coco, there's an opportunity, like, do this. It's huge. And I knew it wasn't what I like passionately adored, but I thought, let's do this. Maybe I can bring some style as well on the way to the Middle East. So I did. It was an amazing experience. Wow, met incredible people, ups and downs along the way.
That's helped you now? Like, I mean, is that network that you made? Is that you still because obviously what I'm hearing is this path that you thought wasn't going to give, obviously, probably led you to...
Definitely.
It's crazy.
And I did do styling there, and I was merchandising all of a sudden boutiques. And
fantastic.
So I did do a lot of things while I was there. And, when I travel, I love to make sure that I know people wherever I go as well. I think I've built an extra connection. And especially wanting to work with brands from overseas now, I have that database, and I have
good.
And I can bring in brands for my clients.
That's awesome. So, and then you've come to Australia. You lived in Sydney for a while, because this is when we started talking. And you're saying so you started your styling business, and you were living on rice.
Literally.
No, I love this story because this is a classic story
Okay.
that a lot of people go through when you're sort of
Yeah.
building a business. People don't understand the sacrifices you have to make.
Oh my God.
And what do. But when I spoke to you, this is what struck a chord. You were that passionate about what you wanted to do that you were willing to just. So, tell me about this point of your life. Where you sort of.
So when I stopped my distribution business, it's because I lost a lot of money.
Okay.
All of a sudden, from massive orders to nothing. People, I don't know if I should be saying this out loud, but people were copying designs made in Turkey. It's a lot cheaper. It's like
so the worth. It's like music. The basic what happens is the worth of the product, the brand that. Had no value anymore, so people would decide, well, I can get the same look for a third of the price, so why should I pay that?
Exactly.
It's globalization. It's where we are.
Exactly.
That's the sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
sad.
It's actually really sad, especially for young designers, and that kills me. And when I saw that happening, I was a little bit. I didn't feel like I needed to fight for these sales. It's weird. I didn't feel like, no, how are we going to restructure this? I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't love it. I've been styling on the side as well, but I was so stressed from that other business. So I'm like, okay, let go of the stressful part, which is that business.
Yeah.
That's actually putting down what I love.
Sure.
And I did, and that's when I started to eat rice.
And you started to build, so in Sydney you started to build a client base?
Exactly. This is actually when I moved to Melbourne, so 6 years ago.
So you built your client base here in Melbourne, basically. Is that?
I had built it in Sydney, and then, I had built it first in the Middle East, then I started doing it more in Sydney, and then really focused all my attention in Melbourne, which was 6 years ago.
And when you gave 100% focus, how did you see it?
You
saw a big, you would have seen a turnaround,
Huge. I didn't see the outcome until a few years later. But
you were laying the foundations, and that's the important thing.
I wasn't giving up.
But it's something. Sometimes, so what happens is, you lay the foundations, and then you get to a certain point where you go, well, you look around, you go, well, either I turn back, stop here, turn back, or I'm just going to keep going. And and sometimes when you don't have a choice, you just got to do it. But if you obviously built a great brand that people trust, because I'm guessing people who are looking for you aren't Googling you. I mean, I don't know, you obviously have a web presence,
Okay, so this is something I'm really working on now because I never really looked at that. So I'm readjusting everything on Google. And
So you're going to create a web presence. So if people want to find you, they want you to enlist your services.
Yeah, my services are not online. They just contact me.
They just contact you.
Yes. So not online. I'm contemplating if I want it online. I find it very personal.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm thinking what you do is a very personal thing, and a lot of people who would want to enlist your services, one, have the financial backing to do so, because and also they want somebody to help them, and you're not working just for. You've got to be. You also. I'm guessing you've got to be into what you're doing with these people too.
Yes. So basically, with my one-on-one clients, they find me through referrals or probably social media, and they contact me to tell me what they want, and then I give them after I have a chat with them, I then offer them my services. They have a read of everything that I have, what I do, and they can choose the packages. Plus, now I have a skincare specialist that comes with me. I have a hairstylist. I have makeup artist, so there's a full package. But for those who probably don't want a wardrobe makeover and everything like that, and probably can't afford to spend all that money, although it's a great investment, I want to inspire them online. So I have my YouTube channel, styling tutorials, tips, advice, my website, there's articles, created looks that you can shop. So I'm still really wanting to inspire those online who can't.
So you're obtainable. That's what you want to do. You still want to get into that vibe. So that's awesome. So that's fantastic, because
Yeah.
what you want to do is obviously, and do you get a lot of people approaching you, wanting to work with you, wanting to sort of...
Yes, I do. I mean, it's amazing. Because I don't just work as a personal stylist for one-on-ones, I also work with hotel groups, plus brands like St. Collins Lane shopping center in the city.
Yeah.
You know, creating outfits that you can win and things like that. So it's.
And do you have a website?
I do.
Do you want to just tell people who want to get in contact with you, whether with...
Yeah. So it's medinatcocolouise.com. You're probably going to have to write that.
I'm going to have to write it down. What I'll do is I'll write it down. It'll
Yeah.
be in the comments
Medinat
below.
Coco Louise, or just social media. It's Coco Louise, and yeah. It's
Oh,
simple.
beautiful.
So just type in Coco Louise on Google. I'm pretty sure I should come up.
I'm sure she'll come up.
I better come up.
Yeah.
That would be awkward.
Fantastic. Oh, so thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so inspirational. It's awesome. So
I
I'm
hope
so excited.
so.
I was so excited about today.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you could just
Thank you.
come in.
Thank you.
Thanks
I
for
hope I
this.
can inspire.